Right, hello, my darlings. Just wanted to come on and start this one off. I've decided to take on my own little version of the 100-day project challenge or creativity challenge. Started today, the 26th of February, which means I'll run to the 6th of June. So I've kind of worked out it's a little bit over 14 weeks, but I'll come back to that. So first one is just to share the idea. So I'll come back to that. This is what I call my Great Big Ugly. It's my Great Big Ugly idea book. And it is got about a 3-inch spine, and it's 11.5 by 7 3/4 inches. It is a chunk of a book. And I call it my Great Big Ugly because it's my idea book where I can use all my most unloved materials and papers. So I made it out of this absolutely deliriously mad fabric that I found in a D-stash. It's all gold with sequins and stuff stitched into it. It's so bad, it's beautiful. Honestly. So this is the Great Big Ugly. So I'll have a quick flip through to share this and sort of explain how it came into being. So I've got some glow-in-the-dark Harry Potter wallpaper and all its... I've never actually charged it in the daylight, so I haven't tested if it glows in the dark. My Great Ugly idea book to use up those unwanted, unloved things. So lots of the pages are still blank. So I'll show you some. So like this is an idea for, this is an A4 piece of paper that gets turned into a pocket, a tuck, and a flip that you can then continue to add on to. And somewhere inside most of my ideas in the idea book, I've put some sort of mocked up example. So pardon my scribbly handwriting. It's just my own personal notes to show how I need to start. So that was an A4 piece of paper that got trimmed down. Don't forget to take away gussets. I've added myself a note, that kind of thing. So when I do pull it out, in the future, I've got some sort of note in there that reminds me how it came to be. Same as these. So you've got your multiple pockets here, and my template is here. So I know that is made from an A4, but that's the size I get if I do the same thing with an A3 piece of paper. And that's just my notes on how to fold it. So again, I've got lots of blank pages in here. It's already a bit of a chunk. That was a book page idea, and I've got my little template tucked behind it, unglued, so that I know which way to construct it if I want to do it again. And we've got book page pockets with notes. And this is one side there. What have I got on my notes? Yeah, I've just written myself little notes, and I found this idea hither and yon. This idea came from. So I've tucked my notes in there, and where I remember, I've written down where the ideas come from. Because again, that's a flip. Off camera. That's a flip. So it attaches on that side, and then flips on that side. So whether I make it out of children's construction paper or I make it out of book page, I know the dimensions that I need. Keep going a bit. Edge page ideas. That's a book page pocket, and I've got in there sort of instructions on how to do that. That is definitely like a Joey DeFee one. I remember coming across her videos way back in the beginning of doing the wonky fold pocket, and there's lots of other people out there that have videos on how to do that. But I've got my wonky example in the back, because whenever I do these, I can never remember which side of the paper is more prominent than the other. But I've got my example to show me. junk mail envelope with a card, inserts. I think that was the first junk mail envelope I ever did, and I stuck it in. That was the second ever junk mail envelope I did, but then I managed to keep it as a flip. So it's got room on the back, and underneath here I've got a book page envelope made from 2 book pages with notes. And this one, again, so you don't have upside down text. So if I can hold it up. So you don't have upside down text when you fold it over. You back 2 book pages going that way. So that when you fold over, all your text is the right way up. And I thought, genius. I left a little tuck in behind. Blank, blank, lots of room to expand. Fabric flip. This one broke my brain a little bit. It's called a Turkish map fold. So it opens up like that. So I've just written me some ideas in there. So if I ever want to go back and play with that idea again, and I've just scribbled all in this thing. This types of things need to be tidied up because I've got more ideas shoved into, that needs to go somewhere else. So I need to tidy this book up before I carry on. Blanks, 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 blanks. A hidden paper clip, but it's a hidden paper clip with a clipboard. So you've got your hidden paper clip bit on the back, but the front of your hidden paper clip acts like a clipboard that you can take pages on and off, pieces on and off from. So the front part is like a little clipboard, and the back is the hidden paper clip. So I've got my template I've attached there on how that goes together, because it goes so long between times I make it I forget. So here we have, I think this is like a policy, like a money envelope thing. It was ways of using up 6x6s, and I've got some templates in there. I'm doing policy closures. This one was interesting. This is made from 1 square, 4 circles, the same size. So it opens up. These holes aren't really reinforced because it was an example. But then you've got that going on the inside. But it's just 4 circles and 1 square, the same size. I'll tidy these up later. Because the whole book, I need to go through and tidy it up and get it ready. Another book page example. An A4 flip out. Very simple. And that's what I find. I need to go back to the basics and get some of the basics in here, because I think you're always looking for the next thing and you forget the basics, really. I think this is a Hither and Yon one. Can't remember how it opens. Yeah, it's a hidden paper clip. That flips up. A teeny tucks in here. And a pocket on the back. And room to put a dangle on here. But all this is made from just like, I think it's 2 pieces of 6x6. Is it 2 or 3? No, it also opens that way. So you've got a flap that way, a pocket there, and space that way. So yeah, that's, so I could go back and sort of recover some of these. But I quite like that idea. And a simple flap out that goes that way and has a pocket on the back. Another book page pocket idea with a closure that acts as a tuck. This one is quite a classic. I want to say this is Treasure Books, way back. I remember coming across that. And it's the 12x12 that you fold, and you have all these sort of multiple tucks, and then that creates a multiple tuck on either side as well. So that's just one example. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that, or if I try to hinge it. Another example of a tuxedo that holds long skinny tags that you can open up. Go through this a bit quicker now. This is made from one circle, from a plate from down the kitchen. So I just took a plate from the kitchen and drew a big circle and cut it out. So that is how many pockets? You get 1, 2, 3. Yeah, from one circle. I can't remember why that's flopped out. I don't remember. It's been so long. But that's part of my sort of 100-day challenge, is to get in here and tidy everything up, make it make a bit more sense. It's all a bit random at the moment. So again, this is this was using up 6x6s. So as you can see, I would never use these in any of the junk journals I make now. But it's perfectly good paper that needs to be used up. So I'm going to use it in the Great Big Ugly to make these examples. So this is a series. I can't remember how many 6x6 pads it is, but you get how many ever pieces it is in coordinating colors, and then that gives you the actual piece and all the tags to go in it on both sides. And I think I've done brads on that one, but I'm sure wherever I saw this originally, they used magnets as well. And again, magnet ideas I want to start playing with and putting some more examples. So vellum ideas, and that's just a vellum. As you can see, the glue's gone all wonky. A vellum over the edge that acts as a big envelope full of little bits, and just run it through the sewing machine. There's another vellum. That's another one that I can't even remember. I'm going to have to go back and poke through it and see. And we have stuff like this that's again made from an A4. And there's plenty of room on these pages to keep going. That's another one that's just circles. And I've put a note to myself here, try layering these circles as a belly band. So you've got all these teeny tiny tuck spaces in the circles. This is a recent Seven Plaza one that needs to live in a belly band in here somewhere. And it's just a plain file folder, but as part of the file folder, you get this sort of removable signature on the inside of the elastic closure. So that needs to live in here somewhere. More corner tucks, and these corner tucks are made from more stuff's falling out. Tuxedo pocket, I've got more things in here. All scribbled notes I need to go through. Let's put this over here out of the way. This is a 6x6 that's been cut diagonally and then put over the page. So you've got your corners on both sides that can act as floats. So you can have them as up tucks or corner tucks, or just a place to float something. So this is another one that's like a tuxedo one that folds out. So that goes, and you got a space inside. And depending on how you attach it, you've got a hidden space to write in there. So that can go down. And depending on how you attach it and what kind of closure you put on it, it can act as a tuck as well, or as an insert into something else. So again, using some of the same ideas and interpret them in different ways. This is really, really fussy die cuts trapped inside vellum and then just used as a pocket. So you can see what you put behind it. That's not going back in there. You see what I mean? I need to get in here and tidy this up. And empty. Another fussy cut idea that I really like, just as a simple pocket that's glued on from the back. And that's another thing I found out on this one. Because I put it through the machine, and then I used art on the back of where the stitching was, and because it's two pieces of vellum sandwiched together, you can't really see where that glue is smushed on the vellum. The stitching kind of disguises it. It's another envelope one. I think this is just, yeah, flip up, flip down, and all sorts of goodies inside. And I make my policy closures far too long. I've also learned that. So this is a single book page, just a book page. Just a standard book page. And there's an example of how I folded it. Just a triangle over the side. Sometimes the simplest thing can be the easiest, and just stick the triangle. And if your triangle is within proportion to your page, it looks like an envelope. So I quite like that. This was faux tabs on just layered pockets going up. And you just layer them going up the page then. And the last one on the back page is the paper bag one. Now in the States you would call them like your paper lunch sacks, really. They're not that common over here in the UK. So you pull these out of this hidden tag and lift the tab, and you have this little hidden section where you can tuck things away. Now you can't put anything too thick in there, but you can squish more than you realize into there, and it can act as a pocket as well. But you've got to keep something in that extra pocket to keep it from popping up, but it keeps it lovely and flat. So that's the idea. I need to go in, clean up some of this stuff, and get it into the book in a tidy way. And as part of the 100 Days Challenge, I want to then look at, I've shared it as is in the beginning, get it tidied up then, and if I discount that last week of doing another share of the finished Great Ugly, that more or less gives me 12 weeks. Now, I cannot do a video a day because I work full time. But just to research ideas, create them, film them, edit the film, and I'm very much a newbie to YouTube. So it's given me a chance then, as part of the project, to improve my YouTube sort of skills and my skill set in using YouTube. And an opportunity then to credit where I found ideas to go in there, and how to credit people in my description boxes and things like that in YouTube. So that is the plan going forward. Get this tidied up is my next step, and look for ideas then that I can add in there and reasonably film them within the 7 days in a week, and hopefully get a video up a week with new ideas to go in. And if I could get more than one idea, happy days. But that's the goal at the moment, is to break it down like that, because I've never done anything like this before, ever. Ever. So 100 days, and see what I can make of the Great Big Ugly, and fill it full of lovely, yummy ideas. So that's all for me for now. I've got a few other things going on here at the moment, but I'll share those shortly. But if you are watching, wish me luck. Thank you so much. Bye for now.